What is going on, everybody? So I'm back today to talk about another new release film, and this one was probably my most anticipated watch for the rest of the year. I was really looking forward to this movie, and I'm looking forward to talking about it in the review today, and that is the film Triangle of Sadness. Triangle of Sadness is directed by Ruben Östlund. Models Carl and Yaya are invited for a luxury cruise with a rogues gallery of super rich passengers. At first, all appears Instagrammable, but the cruise ends catastrophically, and the group finds themselves marooned on a desert island. So the reason why I was excited about this is anytime I see a trailer that has people vomiting profusely or something insane happening, I always look forward to watching films that, are a commentary on something while being super extremist and kind of taking like a really wild approach to filmmaking. Very similar to like someone like a John Waters that's just like interested in using gross out factors to create a larger commentary. And I saw a lot of people online that were saying when this film was initially screened, they gave out like promotional barf bags and stuff. And so I was so excited to watch this movie for that reason. And I gotta be completely honest, I was really disappointed with this movie. And that's not to say that it isn't a well-made film or that it doesn't have good performances. It just really doesn't do much of anything other than a surface level commentary on classism in the world. And that's really unfortunate because I feel like it has a lot of potential, but it's so bogged down in its runtime. This movie feels like three separate movies at one time. And I know it has like title card sequences, but that almost feels like an excuse to just kind of tell a really patchy storyline. So as the film says, it opens up with these two models who they're dating, and there's this scene with the two of them at this restaurant. It starts out with them really like arguing with each other who is going to pay the bill. The guy is like arguing that like his girlfriend wants to be more of like a traditional girlfriend who the guy pays for everything, and that like he wants the relationship to be equal, and like talking about feminism. And it's really on the nose. It's not like, it's not like a really subtle commentary. It's very on the nose. And so the whole first like 40 minutes of the film is just the relationship between these two people, but it's the same conversation over and over and over again. It's not like they're adding anything new when they go into a space. It goes from like them in a restaurant to them on an elevator to them in a hotel room, essentially just replaying the same conversation over and over again, which I'm fine with if that's the message that you're trying to convey, but do it in a way where you're bringing something new to the table each and every single time you're having that conversation, and not just making it the same thing over and over and over again. So then it jumps to, they go on this cruise, and the reason they're going there is because Yaya, the girlfriend, is an Instagram influencer, and so she's going on this cruise to take pictures of the food and the setting and all of that stuff. And while you're on the cruise, you meet all of these different cast of characters. You meet this elderly couple who like they're in the business of manufacturing and selling grenades, and it's all these wealthy people who very clearly on it's portrayed as like they're all idiots that like, are in this wealth, but they don't care about anyone but themselves. There's this woman who's like out on the bridge who she starts having a conversation with one of these girls and says, I want you to get in this jacuzzi with me and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I can't do it because I'm working. And she ends up, because of her money and her stature, getting all of the employees to stop what they're doing to go swimming. And it's showing like the power of wealth and how the wealthy can do whatever they want. And that's a reoccurring theme throughout the entire thing. There's this elderly couple who argue that the sails on the ship are dirty, but that there aren't even any sails because it's a motorized boat, and they end up just saying, well, please go fix the sails. And it's this deadpan delivery that should work. Like, I think of like in the vein of like Yorgos Lanthimos, or someone who's really brilliant with satire in general and the comedic punches of the dark comedy elements that exist in his films, that I feel like should have worked better, but they don't. It's something about like, it just feels very careless, and like the message doesn't feel like it has a big punch. And even in the third act, when like the description says they get marooned on this island together, it's like a very surface level like Lord of the Flies-esque type of thing that doesn't feel like it's adding anything new or anything interesting to this commentary. It's like, I've seen all this before. It's very a preaching to the choir type of movie, which I know this director is known for several films of his that people seem to really enjoy. Like, I think there's this movie he did called The Square that I remember being really well talked about when it first came out. And he also did a movie called Force Majeure, which I know a lot of people really love. And I've never seen either of those films, but this one really didn't make me all that interested to watch films in his filmography because it just fell so flat for me. And like, the best sequence of the film is with Woody Harrelson as the captain and this guy on the ship as they're going through this storm and having this crazy conversation about socialism and communism, and it's really funny, and the dialogue in that sequence is so well done. And I feel like that if that was like the major portion of the film, that I would have enjoyed this a lot more. But it really didn't do much else for me other than be a basic commentary on classism. The cinematography was really nice. I thought most of the people in the film gave a good performance, but it's not really much more than that. And it's like, it's not a movie that made me think a whole lot when it was over, which is unfortunate because I think the idea of like the disproportion of wealth in society is a really interesting idea, and how the wealthy view the middle and lower class is something that I think is a really great topic to explore in filmmaking. But I want something deeper. I don't want something surface level that just feels like it's repeating itself over and over and over again. And this just kind of fell flat for me, which was unfortunate because it was something that I was really looking forward to, and I might revisit this in the future, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. So have you seen Triangle of Sadness? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was okay. It really disappointed me. It wasn't really anything more than what it was on the surface level, and that was incredibly disappointing. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.